Hello Designer users, this is just a quick video to show you some of the performance and logging enhancements that we've added into Designer 6.2. The enhancements are centered around two major themes. One is the ability to turn on and off logging through the Storyboard I/O connector that's in Designer, and the other is adding a graphical view to the editor that you use to look at the performance log data. So I'm just going to demonstrate this to you. I'm using the thermostat sample that is shipped as Designer as the sample that we'll be using to demonstrate these features. So first off, I'm going to simulate it. And as you can see here, it's up and running. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to turn off metrics and I'm going to log to a file name called thermostat.plog. Now, I have the app up and running. I'm now going to turn on the logging. And what I'm going to do is go to a couple different screens on here so that you can see the different types of data that we collect. And then I'm going to go into here and I'm going to change the background a little bit, flip this on and off, change back, and put this back. Then I'm going to go back to the fan screen and finally back to the home screen. Now I'm going to stop logging right now. And if we look in the Navigator view, if we look in our project, we have a thermostat.plog. I'm going to open that up and I'm going to go to the graphs view. Now, as you can see, we have this nice graph and it's broken up by time spent on each of the different screens. You can see there's segments. The blue area in here is the time that it takes to transition between each of the screens. Now, one of the things I'm going to look at is on the settings screen, I can see that it's taking a really long time to draw. It's taking 80 milliseconds to draw that screen at this point. Now, you know, if I think back to my use case, I was switching between a lot of images, and when switching between those images, I probably had to load one or two of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the total resource load time. Now, before I turn this on, just to point out, this is total time spent to load all the resources. So it's not just a particular resource, it's all of them. So if I turn this on, we can see that we have this resource spike in time right here. So the total time it took to load resources up to here was, you know, around 50 milliseconds. Then all of a sudden we had this huge jump, and it corresponds with how much it took for us to redraw. So if we took a look at that in the log file, we can jump to this event in the log file. Now, sometimes it doesn't go exactly where we need it to go on the first try, so we'll jump to the event in the log file again. We can see that after the queue, we can see here's our redraw time that was 80 milliseconds, and we can see that there's this image load that is 71 milliseconds, and that's what's taking so much time for that one particular redraw. So the point behind these features were to make it easier for you to collect data from your running storyboard engine, so you can turn the log on and off as you need, so you don't have to log from the start all the way to the end. You can actually just turn it on as you need, and to visualize the data so that you can see problems easier. This is just one of the new features that we have in Designer 6.2. Check out our other videos for the other features.